Hey there, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing really well. Today we are making bread completely from scratch. It's with no yeast. It's called slow bread as well because it takes multiple days to do it. So it's where you just start off with just water and flour that you leave, and I'm going to use it in a small pottery bowl for up to 6 days, letting it naturally ferment. And then that becomes your starter that you then use to make your bread. So let's get to it, and fingers crossed it works. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. All right, so it's supposed to be equal parts. Just do 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, and if this really rises that much, I might have to transfer it to another container. But we're gonna start with this one. It'll be okay. All right, so we're just combining the two now. And you want to place, it's actually why it's good this time of year. We've got a lot of humidity in the air. And also, you want it someplace, you want to leave it room temperature where it's going to be kind of on average around like 70-ish degrees Fahrenheit. And that's about what we keep our home at most of the year anyway. So that works. All right. So we've done that. We've combined the two to a nice flour water paste. It's like we're making paper mache, but we're not, because we're gonna make bread. That's the hope anyhow. All right. And then what we're gonna do, we aren't gonna just leave it out in the open. We are going to wrap it in a damp cloth towel that we will then leave. Well, I'm gonna do it like that. See? So just like this. And then I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm gonna be checking it daily. You can stir, you don't have to stir. I'm at least just gonna be kind of, if I need to redamp the cloth, anything like that. And I'll film little bits when I check on it for you guys. So we'll see you later. All right, so we see kind of starchy water. Stirring it up, you can't smell, but it's getting that kind of sweet sour smell you're supposed to be getting. So just doing this, you don't have to stir every day. I just am. Well, actually, I'm kind of stirring every other day. All right, and we'll check back when it is ready to be made into bread. Just kind of giving you what it looks like day to day. All right. Hi. All right, we're picking back up. Got our starter pouring in. All that in there. Be bubbling on the top. Some notes indicated it might kind of have firmed up some. Others indicated it in more liquidy state. Just gonna keep crossing those fingers that this works. We will see. All right, we're gonna combine it with a cup of water. And let me double check measurement on this. Just washed them. Right, about a teaspoon of sea salt. All right. So we're just combining that. And it advises letting it sit for a few minutes. So we'll do that and check back in a sec. Guys, this is off. Sorry. So we're adding in a total of 6 cups. I've done 4, about 2 at a time. Getting close to the point where I need to be doing the kneading, so I'm just getting it off this whisk. I've already discussed my need to get one of those whisk cleaning things. To investigate. If any of you use one, let me know in the comments. Greatly appreciate knowing that they for sure work, not just a different kind of mess to deal with. And I will knead out on the surface, but we're gonna contain it a little first. Because we don't need it to be too insanely messy. And actually, I'm guessing based on the way the instructions read, I might actually just be able to knead it in here. That might be the way to do this, and then put it in the next thing. Get those other 2 cups in there. So just get a seal. If any of you remember last summer's cinnamon roll incident, you will remember when it all spilled out. So we always make sure that is as good as it is. All right, and they did say if we needed to, because we want to incorporate as much of this flour as possible, we can add up to 2 cups of water. It's seeming like we might need to as we continue to go on. So, just gonna drizzle a little bit and see. Let's keep that consistency where we want it. There we go. All right, just again, that's why we gradually added that water. We're seeing how much of it's actually needed to get all this incorporated. Because it may not all be needed. Need a little bit more. Kind of peeling it off that hand, obviously, just to get it back in there. Then we're about done kneading, so we'll put it into a separate bowl that we have oiled. We will be leaving it to let it rise some more before we check on it. All right, so one sec. All right, so we put olive oil, is the recommendation, all in our bowl. I'm gonna pick up our dough. I'm actually gonna flip it so it's covered in that oil while it rises. I'm gonna cover it up. And we will check on it. It can take up to a couple hours, so we'll check on it kind of every hour and see when it's ready to go. All right, so you can see that it has risen. So we're gonna, it's a little firmer than I've done it before with the self-rising yeast. But there's the difference with the slow bread. There we go, we're just kind of pounding it down. Then if you've got loaf pans, you can put it in there. I'm going to be doing mine just straight up on this. I think I'll cut it again with my pizza slicer to get fairly equal loaf sizes. I've greased my cookie sheet. Kind of see doing the folds the way we see them do for it. Just to kind of shape it. So I'm just gonna kind of do like that for each of them. Then I'm gonna cover it up. We're gonna cover it for about another hour or two, letting it rise up some more. So we'll check back then. All right, so they've been in the oven for 45 minutes. So we're going to take them out. Yeah. And we'll let them cool, then we will check back. All right, it's been letting them cool. So you check it, you always check for wet spots and you kind of tap. I don't know if you guys can hear, but we got like those little hollow sounds. And then it's still kind of hot. Then you can just, it's supposed to be easier to slice bread like this from the bottom. Oh, they say. Sorry, it's still just a smidge hot. Anyway. But there it is on the inside, a really nice bread to enjoy. That we had to wait some days. It tastes pretty good. It's worth it to me. Bon appetit. See you later.